It was rough. I had two parents that were drug addicts, and finding safe places to live, it was tough. There was a lot of instability, a lot of moving around, not a lot of resources, definitely not a lot of money. So, in summary, it was a rough childhood. Yeah, there's a lot of emotions, in the way I grew up. Um, but not all bad. I mean, a lot of the emotions that I went through and the things that I've gained emotionally from what my childhood was like helps me today. So, um, definitely a lot of emotions. Growing up in the environment that I grew up in. Yeah, there was definitely a lot of times, where safety was a concern. Even as a kid, being in certain environments, you don't feel safe, you feel scared. There's a lot of uncertainty, a lot of scary situations. In the neighborhood that I grew up in, for the later half of my life, just wasn't always a safe environment. So, yeah. Yes, I was forced to grow up very quickly. Being in my situation, there was a lot of times where I had to figure out how to provide for myself, for my little brother. Certain scenarios, when it comes to food or shelter, things like that. I mean, yeah, I definitely had to. I was put in some situations where I had to grow up very quickly in order to survive, and ultimately that was the goal: to survive. It was tough as a kid, but as a kid, change isn't necessarily too scary. At least in my opinion, it wasn't. I enjoyed changes. I enjoyed new environments and new places to live. It got tough when if changing schools was an issue. That got rough. But I think part of growing up that way has made it a lot easier for me to deal with change now in my adult years. So as an adult, I can adapt to change a lot quicker than maybe some others who haven't experienced that growing up. It has its negatives and its positives. Just staying focused, staying determined, wanting better than my situation, in my environment in which I grew up in, just wanting to be better, better father, be a husband, be able to take care of my family is really the ultimate goal. And just get out of, an unsafe environment and be in a safe place, and, with focus and hard work. I was always determined to be successful. Success is defined differently depending on who you ask, but my whole goal is just to be in a good place, in a stable place as an adult. And my idea on what success is today is a lot different than it was when I was a kid. But that really doesn't matter. At the end of the day, I feel successful. I feel like the things that I do and have done already are a success, and I can plan on continuing growing that success. So there's a lot of people I could name off. Growing up as a little kid, the Shabomaheens motivated a lot of people, especially Tunde's dad, Doc. Well, he ran a program somewhat similar to Street Code, but the main focus was just keep us busy and out of trouble. So I was in this program all through elementary school, every single summer. It just kept us, doing something productive, something positive, staying out of trouble, staying off the streets. It didn't work for everybody, but I'm definitely one of those kids I think it worked for. My little brother, I give him a lot of credit. Even though he's my little brother, and without trying, he, it was a big motivating factor for me when I was younger, just to, make sure that he's safe and make sure that he's cool, and eventually he gets something better as well. So, he definitely motivated me, and then even in my later years, into my 20s, maybe my fiance at the time, my wife now, Jasmine really, helped motivate me as well, just to be, like I said, a better, a good husband, a good father, provide for the family. It's like complete 180 opposite. now I feel like we have, I have a stable environment for my kids to grow up in, a stable environment for my wife, for myself. My brother is beyond successful, in my opinion. I look up to him a lot, even today. So, compared to my childhood, a lot of uncertainty, a lot of unsafety, in and out parenting. My life now is complete 180.